Hello, and welcome to MPK, How to Make a Service Repair Order. On the main menu, select Service Write-Up, select Repair Orders. This will bring up the top repair order in your current open repair order stack. We want to make a new repair order, so we're going to click on the header, which is this area of the repair order that we're looking at, and press F3. That tells the system that I want to make a new repair order. If we know a customer's last name, we can just type in the name, or first name plus last name, whatever's good for you. And the system will go in and find everybody with that name, or any part of that name. If you don't have a customer's name, or you just prefer to write it by VIN numbers, then we can put in the last 6, the last 8, whatever you happen to have the VIN number, of course, as long as it's accurate, and it'll pull up a list of all the VIN numbers that match. The system will warn you that if there's an open repair order, and if you still want to open a new one, I'm going to click yes, and from the VIN number, it would grab the customer card. Had I written the repair order based on the customer name, it would give me a list of all the vehicles that the customer owns, so you could select the proper vehicle. Using the tab key to move around, we'll enter the mileage. And I'll show you that we'll also do checks for mileage. It shows the last repair order and what the mileage. So we're going to go back in and put some accurate mileage in. There is a setting on the service management setup that determines whether the mileage in gets copied to mileage out, or if you want to leave that blank and fill it out when you post the repair order. Your choice. If you wanted to change the promised date or time, you could just click up in here and make your changes. You can also make this waiter or give it any type of priority value you'd like. And key tag numbers. And we do have an option in here to check if you use a key tag number twice and it's on an open repair order, the system will prompt you and say that key tag's already been used. And that's all it takes to create a repair order header. Now let's add some tasks. Function is your friend. And the way the function button and workflow, it sets up to flow the way your work goes through as you're building a repair order. New task, assign the task, start the task. So we're going to go to function, new task. And the first thing it's going to give you as a list is the service opcode list. So for example, today we'll do a little air conditioning work, and all I did was double click on that, and then this is the list of different opcodes below air conditioning. Air conditioning is a major group, and these are the subgroups. If you're the type of person that memorizes your codes, you can just type it in and the system will find it, enter, enter. That'll bring you to the next, which is work type, or in some systems you might call this a pay type. Same, if you know the code, you can either just highlight the code if you see it, or you can type it and the system will find it instantly. And now the task complaint. This task complaint can be pre-filled out with your opcode setups, and it's free-flowing. You could have a pre-set up AC not cool, maybe leave a dash and a space, and you could add the rest of whatever you wanted to write on the system. So you can pre-fill some of it, or all of it, or none of it. You can also copy from another repair order. You can also copy from Windows desktops, notepads, web pages, paste it in here. It will only handle text, no pictures. And we now have a service repair order header and tasks. If this is a one-line wonder, we could just do print. What the initial print will do is it'll print 2 copies of this repair order. One would be a hard copy, technician copy for the customer to sign. And the next one the system is going to prompt to print would be a customer claim copy. Excuse me. Customer claim copy. And this is the one the customer would walk out of the door with. If we wanted to add an additional task, functions, new task. Pick a major group. And again, if you happen to know what code you want, you can just type the code. It'll take you right to it. It's a recall, so it's probably warranty. And again, using the search function, it'll bring you right to it, even if you had, in some cases, we have dealers with 20, 30 pay types. Pulsation, again, if you'd like, you can add to this. And now we have our two tasks. You can print again. Printing has no function as far as closing the order or locking the order. If you need to add a task later, you can. Tasks cannot be deleted once there's any punch time or activity on them, but if they're free-flowing in the write-up area and a customer says, you know what, I don't want my brakes checked, you can just highlight the opcode that you want to delete, hit the delete button, it'll remove it from the system. But like I said, in the event you had a tech assigned, punch time on it, labor time, parts, or anything, obviously it will not let you do that. Add a task back on here again, just so I got two to look at. And that's all it takes to make a repair order. We have some time left on here, so I'm going to go through. Well, function is your friend. I'll walk you through assigning the task to a technician. You can mark all, which will tag all of these. So if you have one technician doing the whole ticket, you might want to do mark all. Or if you had one technician that was going to do the first line and another technician do the second line, then we could do it that way. So we'll pick one at a time here. Kenny work on line 1. And I'm not sure if we have anybody else punched in. We'll see. So we have this tech pre-assigned to this task and this tech pre-assigned to that task. When the technician goes to his terminal, he can start his task, and that'll start the time punch running also. If we were to look here, we can see what time he punched into the task. And as the technician works his way through the task, well, let's say he puts it on parts hold, it'll stop his time clock and it'll show starting, stopping. There's no time elapsed here because I did it so fast, but it'll keep a running total of his time. And then when he gets his parts back in, he can go back in and restart his task. It'll keep it all the way through the system. Technician also has the ability to add his task CCCs. This is the original complaint that it came in for. I know it's not Freon anymore. There we go. No leaks. No spell check yet. And that's what it takes to put the CCC on the repair order. Technician would then close his task. The system will check to see if there's a CCC on it. It's also warning that there's no time applied to it. In this particular shop, we want to pay the technician 0.8 hours. So I'm going to maybe a book or another room, and you could do this before closing it as well, but we'll put it back in a tech complete status. And we're going to pay him 8/10 to recharge the air conditioning and go back and close that task. And then the job could be handed off to the next technician. So really that's all there is to writing a repair order, adding some labor time and technician time and RO punch time. Pretty easy. Well, thank you for viewing, and welcome to MPK, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.